Hey there, dentists. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. If we haven't met before, my name is Dawson. I help dentists grow their practice through Facebook ads. Anyway, reason for this video, wanted to make a quick video on what every dentist should be doing with their marketing. And so that being said, I want to keep this video big picture. I personally see things in the big picture, so I thought it'd be helpful to see it that way. I'll make more videos in the future where we talk about the details, really drill down on some different things. But today I want to be very strategic, if you will, very big picture. So the first thing I want to talk about today is looking at what your competitors are doing. And so Sam Walton, if you don't know who Sam Walton is, he is the founder of Walmart. He has an autobiography out called Made in America. If you haven't read that yet, I definitely recommend that you read it. Just essentially gives a lot of stories about his life, and one of the stories in particular really stood out and I think paints a really good picture for what everyone should be doing. And so the story goes is two Brazilian businessmen invite Sam Walton out to Brazil, and he's kind enough to go, kind enough to help them out. So he flies out there, and at this point, Walmart is in every state. He's a billionaire. But you would imagine going to Brazil, he would be focused on the beach or somewhere else, but he spent a lot of his time in some of the convenience stores in Brazil. And the story goes, he went with his wife, and so his wife got a call from the police, and so they actually arrested Sam Walton. And so she's shocked. She's like, they must have mistaken him for someone else. So they go to jail and they see him. It's actually Sam Walton. And so they asked their host, asked the police officer in Portuguese, why was Sam Walton arrested? And the police said, we found him acting like a crazy person, crawling around on the floors of convenience stores. And again, at this point, Sam is a billionaire. He's obviously in his right mind. He knows what he's doing. And so they asked Sam, it's like, Sam, why did you get arrested? Why are you crawling around on the floor? And Sam says, I was measuring the distance of the aisles. Like, I wanted to find out the width of the aisles to see if the Brazilians knew anything that I didn't. And I think that's just a crazy picture on not only the humility, but the lengths he took to see what his competitors were doing, even if they weren't even in the nation. Sam Walton also is known for spending a majority, if not all his time in his competitors' stores, looking at everything, actually going up to the staff, asking them questions, really asking them questions about, when are they getting shipments, what items are selling the most, and learning a lot about his environment. And so my piece of advice is you do the same. Look at the different practices in your city, in your state, even the country. Figure out the ones that are absolutely crushing it with marketing and just in general. And look at them compared to maybe some of the other practices that aren't, and find out why. Is there a certain program that they're doing? Is it the way they treat their patients? I would recommend looking at reviews, looking at some of the worst reviews for both of them. Find out what those patients are saying, and find out, what are they saying that's good, what are they saying that's bad. Even going on their website, looking how they have things run up there. And I'd encourage you to even call the practice, find out if it's, if it goes to voicemail. Do they send a text following up with you? Does it go to a receptionist immediately? If so, what does she say? Is there a pre-scripted menu before? If so, how many options? So the goal is to find out who's winning and do your best to replicate what they're doing well and fix the areas that they're doing bad. So to sum up the first piece of advice, know what your competitors are doing. The second thing I want to talk about is know what your patients are looking for. So find out what offers are already working, either ads run by other practices, maybe in your state, or maybe in a different state, maybe just in the US, and really find out what potential patients are looking for. Is it a discount? Is it maybe something free involved, maybe like a free toothbrush? Is it just reassurance of the safety of the practice, just especially during these times? Is it something else? Find out what they really want and what's gonna get them in through the door. Now the goal is to make them a lifetime patient. Now the way we do this is we bring them through something called the value ladder. I'll actually write it down on the board real quick. So this is the value ladder I was talking about. I don't have the best handwriting, so please bear with me for the moment. But essentially you'd bring the patient in on either a free consult, a free teeth whitening, something of that nature, and get them in the door. So we start down here, and again, you either break even or maybe you lose a little bit of money just bringing the patient in. But the way this works is, maybe they come in and you find out they need to get a tooth pulled out, or maybe they need a crown or a filling or something else. But you essentially walk them up the ladder, if you will. And so the more they walk up, the more valuable they are to you, and the more valuable it is to them because they're getting the work that they need to get done. So I got my O light in there. So that kind of wraps up the video. Today we looked at what your competitors are doing. Again, if you haven't read that book by Sam Walton, Made in America, definitely recommend it. And we also looked at the different offers that can bring people in and the concept of the value ladder and how it benefits everyone. And so that kind of wraps up the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. You can consider subscribing if you want to. Totally up to you. You can sleep on it, talk to it, maybe ask your spouse if it's okay. It's totally fine, totally understand. But if you're interested in working together, I do have a link in the description you can find me at. I'll also put a link to my website so you can check that out if you want to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video and have a great rest of your day.